So I'm Michaela Turner from Edinburgh Innovations, and I'm joined today by Kwabena Nuamah, who is one of our new Innovation Fellows. Welcome, and thank you for coming along today.
Thank you very much, Michaela. I'm really excited to be here and very excited to be part of the first cohort of Innovation Fellows here at the University of Edinburgh.
And it'd be great to talk about your journey to date. So what has your career been to date and what's brought you here?
I've been working in the software engineering space since about 2004 when I was at university. And I've been looking forward to sort of exploring the use of technology in various application areas. And during that process, I got to work with companies like PwC, started a software company in Ghana, Cognitive Systems. But then I realized there was a lot more to explore. And that brought me into research, especially in the area of artificial intelligence. And I've been working in research in AI since then.
And so what drew you to the role of being an Innovation Fellow?
The idea of being able to take artifacts from research and translating that into an application that's useful to society is the main motivation and driver for me.
So you've talked a little bit there about what you're trying to achieve with your Innovation Fellowship. Is there more of a broader project that you're looking to focus on within it?
So currently, most of the research or most of the activities around AI in general has been on how businesses adopt the technology within their specific domains. But then there's a lot of talk also on how do we do this in a safe and reliable way, in a way that's trustworthy, ethical, and also inclusive.
Building on from that, what do you think has been your innovation journey since you joined the university?
We had an industry partner who was interested in exploring the use of our technology, which was a system called FRANK, stands for a functional reasoner for acquiring novel knowledge. That is, it takes a user's question, applies different kinds of rules to decompose that problem into sub-problems that can be solved by other agents. Those could be functions, statistical methods, or other AI systems. And pull all these together to give an answer, but then make sure that the answer is explainable to a user. But I realized very quickly that the idea also applies more broadly across different industries. And so I got into thinking, okay, how do we translate this beyond the research that we've been doing into something that can be applied and used by others in the business space.
Amazing. And how has EI helped you on this journey?
The first thing that EI helped with was to ground the research into an application area, into something that's actually useful for someone. So EI allowed me to start thinking about the customer who would use such a solution if it were commercially available. But then also EI helped in providing resources to help build certain skills around that. So the commercial skills, thinking about how would you build a business? What would that business look like? What are the things you need to put in place for a business, a viable business that would be based on such a technology? But then also exposing you to other people outside the university who could add additional sort of support, but also help you feed or sort of act as a sounding board to feed back to you what's working or what would not work based on the ideas you're thinking about.
What were the major funding sources that you've used to get here, and what different programs have you found relevant to help you go on this journey as well, alongside the support from EI?
But one of the things that I got to benefit from EI was the Venture Builder Incubator. It was more like a starting point. Then that also opened up the opportunity to look at other sources of support. And EI was very instrumental in that. For instance, they informed me about the ICure program, which helps also in translating academic research into business or commercial products. And through EI's help, I put together a good proposal and got accepted into the ICure program, which is quite competitive.
Can you tell me a little bit about the project you're working on now, and also when thinking about what impact are you hoping it will have in society as well?
The idea is, how do we build systems that are a bit more compositional? That is, you don't need to depend on one large system that does everything, but rather can depend on a variety of subcomponents, which can be orchestrated in an intelligent way to result in an output that's explainable, but also very transparent to the user. So in a practical sense, it's about giving choice and flexibility to businesses so they can adapt whatever systems they have to new ones, but then be able to sort of leverage different AI systems rather than having to be forced to use just one.
And what do you feel the impact on society might be from this?
I realized that, across government agencies all the way down to private enterprises, there's this huge demand for systems that are explainable. The users of the system don't want to feel out of control of the tools they're using. So as much as they can get, high throughput, increased efficiency, that fundamental need for the human to be in control of the decision that's being made, it's still quite paramount. So I think the work we are doing hopefully helps to bring some of that control back to the user while still leveraging all the capabilities that we can get from AI systems. And for all the executives we spoke to across different financial services, organizations, education sector, health, there was that constant but whenever you ask, are you using AI or are you thinking of using AI? It's always, yes, we would want to use it. We are keen to explore it, but we still need to figure out how we do this in the right way. We still want to be able to control how it is used. We still want to be able to understand how it works. So we think this line of research would have huge impact on how companies adopt AI and AI-related technologies.
What's your ambition for your innovation project? What are you hoping to do in longer term with this project?
So our goal is hopefully to spin out a company using the innovation we started off with our Frank project. But then there's a lot more to explore in that space also. So the new research direction that we are looking at would help to uncover new solutions, hopefully with new technologies that are constantly being developed. But more broadly, thinking through how we help end users of such AI systems to adopt them in the right way by providing tools that are transparent, in how decisions are arrived at, tools that also allow them to see any kind of bias in the systems, and also help in the ethical use of AI technologies.
And what are you most interested in? What most excites you the next step in the journey?
I think for me, it's the fact that you're able to think of the problem in a slightly different way. That's the benefit that you get from research. You can sort of think beyond what's currently available, what's currently being done. So instead of building big language models, can we use the research that we're doing in automated reasoning to create smaller inference systems, reasoning systems that can leverage as many different language models as possible? So that's quite exciting in the sense that you are creating new things from things that seemingly already available.
What would you tell to somebody who's at the start of this journey and start of the career? What advice would you give them?
It's very easy during research to think solely on the research project and getting the outputs that are expected as deliverables from that project. But taking a step back and understanding the wider context in which the research is being done is, I think, as vital as the research itself. But then also to understand that the impact that comes from research might not necessarily just be in the papers that are published. It could be in an application of that technology in a real world scenario. So having conversations with the translational teams within the university, EI in particular, as early as you can. I mean, it doesn't matter which stage of that project you are on. The fact that you have an idea that I think could be applied in a commercial context, that's a good stage at which to speak to someone from Nimber Innovations. It also positively impacts the actual research you're doing, because then you have more tangible motivation for doing what you're doing.
Thank you again for joining us. It's been really great to have this conversation and hear more about your journey, and I'm excited to support you in the next steps.
Yeah, thank you very much, Michaela. Yeah, it's been a wonderful experience being part of the Innovation Fellowship. Thanks so much for the opportunity to be part of this first cohort of Innovation Fellows. And thanks also for all the support that has been provided from EI over the past couple of years. It's been really helpful in shaping a lot of what I'm currently doing and things I'll be doing in the future. Thank you very much.